to someone who wants to lose weight and is working out and is not seeing a quick change, what would you give to that person?
So, my brother, that's really a good question. I believe it's going to help our viewers and the people who are looking for answers elsewhere. Look here. I mean, exercise, even as a fitness guy, he knows because he's a sports guy. He knows that exercise without rest is useless. As you exercise, you need to give yourself time to recover from the exercise because, look, even with the weight, every time you're working out, every time you're carrying the weight, you're hurting those muscles. You need to give them time to recover. That's
You're
how
tearing
growth
them,
comes.
so they need to rebuild.
Build so that they need to rejuvenate. That's how growth comes. Even for a person who is looking at weight loss, if you're overtraining and you're not resting, we call it exercise overload. By doing so much, the body is going to get to a point where the body is stressed. So when the body is stressed, what comes? The reactions are always different. Some people are going to be sick. Some people are going to gain more weight instead of losing weight. If you're not resting as you work out, my brother, forget about seeing the change. So if you work out, make sure you rest. Rest is key for anybody who is doing any sort of workout, even for sportsmen. Rest is key because this is going to equal your performance at the end of the day if you rest. I mean, the other thing that I can talk about is your eating. For somebody who is looking at weight loss, the kind of food should be different from somebody who is looking at weight gain. But also, the major thing about this is first to know your body type. I talked about this in some of our videos in the past, so make sure you follow and get to know where you fall because this is going to help you as you direct yourself in the nutritional angle of it. But if you want more about nutrition, you can reach out to me because I'm a nutritionist myself. So I mean, but make sure you have a goal and then your eating should be key. I mean, how you eat. For somebody who's looking at gain, maybe they're looking at protein and all that because they're looking at gain, carbohydrates and all that. But for somebody who's looking at weight loss, they should try and avoid carbohydrates. And so that is key as you're looking at weight loss. That is for somebody looking at weight loss. Even for somebody who's looking at weight gain, like I say, nutrition and dieting is really key. And like I talked about it before, the water bit, therapy.
Yeah.
So fee is very key. Water intake, like I said, is really key for somebody who is gaining and for somebody who is losing. Water intake is key. Now, what else? I mean, for somebody who's looking at weight loss, their eating time. They should prioritize their eating time. Should avoid late food because it's useless.
Because actually, for the late food, if you go to science, the BMR, they call it basal metabolism. Like
Exactly.
you're taking in the food, but you're not putting it to good use.
Exactly.
So you're not digesting the food, but if you eat and then you digest, you walk around, you do something, you evolve the brain, the food is broken down and put into good use.
I don't need to say more about that because it's like you're having it there and you're not using it. So at the end of the day, it's gonna go to a disadvantage for yourself. So like he said, make sure you're eating at the right time when the body's still active. So that means I would say for somebody who is looking at weight loss, use my approach because I have a very simple approach, and the simple approach is a graph and it's a pyramid graph. So a pyramid graph is like this, and if you turn the graph upside down, so the best man is in the morning. That's where you're going to eat like a king or a queen. The middle is like a middle class, and in the night you're eating like a peasant or not even eating anything or just doing a fruit salad. This is going to be key in your weight reduction.
And besides that, for weight loss, you can use warm water. You can just take plain warm water. It's really very good for the body. And besides that, sleep is something so important. You might not take the recovery supplements and all that, but you should have the discipline to sleep enough so that you get the energy the next day, the body recovers and refuels to give in 100%.
Like he talked about sleep. I want to talk about sleep, but now he talked about sleep. Sleep is one powerful thing that God has blessed us with, and He knows the reason why He puts the night for us to sleep because He knows sleep is very key for one. But even as a sportsman, you should, in the middle, get some nap and all that because
Yeah.
this is very good for your recoveries. It's believed that sportsmen like Cristiano Ronaldo sleeps 8 times a day or even more. So, I mean, sleep is very key. As you work it out, make sure you sleep because it's one top key in your recovery. But as he says, you just talked about something and I wanted to, like elaborate more. But I kind of forgot about it. But, I think he talks about something before the sleep. You talk about something before the sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, let's avoid this being a bar war and work it out
Discipline, yeah.
and keep discipline with ourselves, because the discipline is going to take you places. But you know, like I said, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not training well, because even as you train, make sure there's a consistency. If you train for 1 week and then you stay for 3 weeks, after 2 weeks you're detrained. There's something we call detrained. The body only adjusts in 2 weeks, so after 3 weeks you're detrained. So make sure you're training well, you're resting well, you're eating well. Water intake is key, you know, and all this. But you can ask us more. What is your challenge? Are you not seeing results? You can reach us out and we can answer that question for you, and you can see the results. Peace out at Seeds of It, but make sure you always follow, subscribe, and like us.